Qam Yasharahla. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great wisdom, peace and salutation to you, Qam, out is pushing the truth in love and sincerity and charity with all humility. Okay, this is the brother Yashawan from the GMS Bombers Camp Park with another brief lesson. Okay, the name of this lesson is entitled No Cloke for Sin. Alright, no cloak for sin. Okay, as you see it here on the screen. Alright, and this is John 15 and 22, where Yahweh stated, If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. Okay, meaning they have no excuse. Alright, this next translation, alright, it says, If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not be guilty of sin. Now, however, they have no excuse for their sin. Okay? So I just want to tell you, okay, what happened the other day. I was in a conversation, not really a conversation, but here at work, okay, in the warehouse, all right. But really, you got this woman, okay. She stated she's used Chat GPT for everything, and Chat is her friend, so she's called Chat GPT a friend. Okay, she's called him Chat. Okay, and she says she's used him for everything. All right. Okay, so she go on the phone and say, Chat, what is this or what is that? Chat this, chat that. All right. So she say, so a question was asked to wherever the world go, then you going. So she said, you got that right. Wherever the world go, that's where it's going. So I said, well, you can take that chip then. So she said, well, if that's where it's going, then that's where I got to do. All right. And she openly say she going to take that. She already condemn herself. All right. Because she don't believe in the only begotten of the Father. Okay. Which is Yahweh Shai, which is also this word. So I said, man, you can take that chip. All right. I said, because you don't believe in the word of the Lord. Okay. You don't hope, and you have no hope. All right. All your trust and all your faith is in Chat. Okay. As though Chat is the one that created you. All right. So she said, well, if this is where the world going, then that's where I gotta go. I gotta keep up with everything. I say, yeah. You gotta keep up with everything. Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep up with certain things, but hey, don't put your trust and your hope in Chat. Okay. The Lord say, trust in Him. Okay, and lean not onto your own understanding. All right, let's get that. All right, Proverbs 3:5. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. So you trust in Flick and Chat shows that you trust in basically in a device. Okay, you're not trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the creator, the true power. Okay? You trusting in a device with Edom made. Okay, you trusting in something with man made, not with the Lord made. Okay? And that is gonna be the many of our people downfall. Mainly 2/3 anyhow. 2/3 they're gonna trust in this. Alright? Because guess what? What is gonna happen is that just like how she trusting in Chat for everything, okay, when they get sick, they go to Chat to ask Chat to diagnose their their sickness. All right? And when they take that chip, what do you think is going to happen? The chip is going to give them the ability to see again, or to walk, to have no pain, and stuff like that. All right? And that's flicking power on the left-hand side. That's miracles on the left-hand side. You see? So I said, well, what to do is, since you're doing all that, have you ever asked chat, what is the color of Jesus providing scriptures? I said, ask him that. What is the color of Jesus providing scriptures? All right? Not you, Jesus verbatim, because we know Jesus is in his name, right? So she said, chat. No, before she said chat, she said, well, I ain't gonna ask him providing scriptures. I just gonna ask him, man, what's the color of Jesus? So she asked him, say, chat, what's the color of Jesus? Right? Going on and giving examples and whatever and all that. Long story short, he's a man from Middle East or something like that, and he's olive and light brown skin. All right, and then it gone off. Then it gone to say the Revelation. Okay, the scriptures in Revelation. All right, so I say now. You say olive, right? I said, that's what y'all say, olive. I said, so now, what color is olive? So she said, green. I said, so you ever see a green person? Then she said, well, then he also say light brown, right? I said, well, you see why I say providing scriptures? All right? So this is Revelation 1 and 13. And this is what I read to them as well. And in the midst of the seven candlestick, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. This is speaking about Yahweh Shai. His head and his hairs, meaning his hair on his head and his beard, more white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So that tells you that right there, ain't a white man, or so-called white man, or Indian man can have woody texture here. Okay? We all know who have woolly texture here. All right? His eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay? Meaning his eyes was red. Okay? From drinking wine. Right? Because we know that our Lord was like a wine bibber. All right? But he wasn't drinking it to say getting drunk or anything like that. All right? Because you know that that's a sin. And his feet, like unto fine brass as they burned in the furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So I asked him, I said, what if you burn anything, what color time? He said, black. I said, all right. So she said, so our Lord, Jesus black. So I said, no, Jesus white. Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. Okay? I said, that is his name in Hebrew. So she said, yeah. Say he's a black man. Our Lord is a black man. I said, my God is a black man. Your God whom you worship is a white man. So she said, well, the God of the Hebrews, okay, he's a black man. Say, man, I gotta tell Father, man, they gotta take down them white image. Because I really thought that he was white. And this is what she is saying. I really thought that he was white. So I say, so what did the Lord say about those images? Right? I said, didn't the Lord say, man, have no other God before me? All right? So she said, right. I said, right. I said, I go on this precept, Exodus 20, and verse 1. And power spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, Mishraim, the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And what that is? And that's who they worshiping. That's another God, which is an idol, which is no God, which is nothing. For it's for, say, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth, under the earth. I said, so you're worshiping a false God. You're worshiping an idol, which is nothing. So she said, man, I gotta tell the father, man, he gotta take down them image. I said, man, you shouldn't even go up inside there at all. You know? I said, because the Lord ain't in there. The Lord ain't in there. Alright? Now this is 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and 4. It say, as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other power but one. You see? So an idol is nothing. And this is what they're worshiping. You have a false image, you have a false God. And when you go up inside these hallowed houses, worshiping them means you are an idol worshiper. You are an idolater or adulterer. Okay, which is you worshiping a false God. You worshiping a God that is nothing, an idol. You see? So now that they all that know this, okay, after I explain it and show them, they have no cloak for their sins. All right? So Yahweh Shai, this is Yahweh Shai say, I am not come. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. But now they have no cloak for their sin. And we coming in the stead and power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So this is what Yahweh Shai is saying. If he had not come and spoken unto them. All right, so Yahweh Shai used his prophets to speak to his people. That's how he speaks. Okay? That's how Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai speaks. All right, Luke 1:70. Okay, it say, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. All right, so these people, okay, they have no cloak for their sins. All right, not just this woman, but many others like her. Okay, and through them, they're gonna cause their children to take the CF, to take that mark. All right, because they can say, man, this thing can do many things what we were looking for. It can do many things. You see, especially these younger generation. All right, to see why the Lord have his men go out on highways and byways to warn the people about these things and warn them what's to come. All right, but what they do, they cast it behind their backs because they love disorder. Okay, they love not the world. I mean, they love not Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but they love their idols. Okay, because their idols is not of order. You see? So yeah, Akim Agwadyam. Okay, so Lord will. Okay, this lesson was edifying. Okay, on the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so yeah, man. So that I like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Makakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great wisdom. Peace and salutation to you, Akim, of the pushing the truth in love, sincerity, and in charity with all humility. Shalom and the Bible. Qam Yasharahla.